In this video we're going to show you how to service the Mutt DRK 01. This one's a 250, but it works a very similar method for the 125s. So let's get to it. So first we're going to start it. The reason for doing that is so the oil gets warm and drains much easier, and while it's running you might as well check all the lights and everything work as well. So now I've run it for about 10 minutes to get it warm. The next thing to do is remove the sump guard. There's 6 bolts, all using a 4mm Allen key. So next you want to get an oil tray under the bike to catch the old oil, and using a 17mm socket on the left side bottom of the engine, you undo the sump plug. You want to make sure the old crush washer comes off as well. You want to replace that. Now back over to the right side of the bike, we're going to do the oil filter. These 3 bolts, 8mm socket. Now be careful it's spring loaded. Make sure the spring's still there. Make sure this O-ring's in good condition. If you're unsure, replace it. And then take your oil filter out. Just wipe off any excess oil. Make sure it's nice and clean. So while the oil's draining, we're going to do the spark plug and the air filter. Remove the seat. So next we're going to remove the petrol tank. Now, on the left hand side of the tank, you've got your fuel connector and an electric plug. Now with this fuel connector, you've got to push these side bits in, the little green side bits. Just lightly push forward, push them in, then pull backwards. And that's the fuel connector off. Now to get to the electrical connector, you might have to just lift the tank a little bit. But I would advise disconnecting the fuel line first, because it's only short and there's not much slack on it. So if you start pulling the tank up before doing that, you might damage it. Using a 10mm socket, undo the 2 rear tank mounts. Now you can just move the tank out the way a little bit to get to this electrical connector. Now for this you might need a hand, because you've got to hold this clip up while pulling the connector off. And then you've got a breather pipe there, and then at the back of the tank here you've got a 2-pin connector. Got another breather up front there. So you've got your 2 breather pipes, one at the front of the tank, one about halfway through the tank. Your wiring connector at the back here, that's for your fuel level sensor. Your wiring connector here for your fuel pump and your fuel line. Now we've got the tank off, you can gain access to the spark plug. The first thing we do is remove this bracket here. Then we unplug the connector. All you do is you push down on the metal tab and pull it off. And then now this should pull out. They can be quite tough. You might have to take this cable tie off here just to gain more access to it. Move some of this wiring out the way. So it takes a while. You have to move all this wiring out the way here and it pivots forward, but not really easy to get out. Next you get your spark plug socket. You might need a small extension and undo it. So next you can either use a tool like this to grab the spark plug, or even easier, use a magnet. There we go. That's the old plug out. Then you fit your new spark plug. Now, spark plugs, especially NGK ones, come pre-gapped. But you want to check the gap anyway, it's a good thing to do. And you want to carefully lower it in place. And this is a really good tool for doing that. The reason being so you don't damage the spark plug, and also if you drop it on the end there, it could alter the gap. So carefully lower it down. And then just nip it up a little bit. If you want to use a torque wrench, 12 Newton meters. But just be careful, if you've not got a torque wrench, just be careful and just nip it up a little bit. Now when you're fitting the coil back on, one thing that I highly recommend doing is putting rubber grease around this seal. It helps to seal it from water getting in, and also it makes it much easier for taking off when you're doing your spark plug again. And it just helps things last longer. Now when you're pushing it down, you want to hear that sound. And then again, push the little metal tab down and put that on. Just make sure it's seated properly. Then we put the bracket back on. Just nip it up a bit. Now them cable ties we snipped off, we want to make sure we fit them back on again. With cable ties you want to be very careful. Don't start over tightening things, because it can damage wires and it can also snag on a lot of cables. Now when you're putting your petrol tank back on, the tank hooks over these little rubbers here, and if there's nothing on these rubbers, they can catch on it and make it difficult to put the tank on. So to make it easier, just put a bit of spray grease on each rubber. So now we're putting the petrol tank back on in the reverse way we took it off. So first you've got your front breather, your 2-pin connector for your fuel level sensor, your rear tank breather, and if we lower it down, we can plug the fuel pump in. We push it forward onto the rubber grommets, so that's seated nicely, and then we clip the fuel line in place. Make sure that fuel line clicks in like that. And then we bolt the tank back up again. Now make sure this lipped bit is at the rear so the seat can lock into it. And again, nip it up. You don't have to go really tight. They're only M6 bolts, so they're not tight. And there we go, that's the tank back on. So next is the air filter. So the air filter's under this panel. You've got a screw at the bottom here that you can undo with your 4mm Allen key, and then it slides down off these tabs here. Now using a standard PH2 Phillips screwdriver, undo these 3 outer screws. And pull this off. And there is your air filter. Then get a new air filter, sleeve it over the housing like this, and fit it back on. I like to just loosely fit the 3 screws first, just so everything's nicely lined up and it fits evenly, and then go back and tighten them all. And again, you only need to do it very lightly. There we go. When fitting the side panel back on, I recommend putting a little bit of spray grease on them rubber grommets, and again it just makes things last longer and fit easier. And with a 4mm Allen key, just tighten that bolt back up at the bottom. And that's your air filter done. Then we clip the seat back on. Now the air filter and spark plug's done, we're back onto the oil. Now you fit the oil filter first, make sure that's snugly in place. And then the cover, make sure the spring's there and the O-ring's there. Loosely fit the 3 bolts. And then again, when you tighten them up, you're not going tight. They're only a little M6 thread. So you just nip them up. Or if you've got a good torque wrench, 10 to 12 Newton meters. Now you give the sump plug a good clean. Put your new crush washer on. Then fit it. If you've got a torque wrench, the max 23 Newton meters. If you've not, just do it by feel. But again, just careful not to over tighten things. So now we're putting a sump guard back on. Now the short bolts go at the front. Now again, be careful of these spacers, they might fall out. If they do, put them back in and fit your bolts. So now you've done that, the only thing left to do is the oil. Now when you're doing the oil on the bike, you want the bike to be upright on a level surface. Now we've got the sump guard back on, I can actually do that with my stand. Then with a 25mm spanner, undo the filler cap. That's if it's too tight, but you should just be able to do it by hand. Now what we're going to do is fill the oil up until it's at the full mark in the window. Okay, so I'll put the cap back on and give that a minute to settle. So now we're going to fire it up and run it for about a minute just to let it circulate all the oil around the engine. Okay, so we'll give it another minute to settle down and then we're going to top the oil up back to the full mark. So there we go, back up to the full mark. Put the cap back on and you're done. So that's how you service these bikes. If you want a service kit, follow the link in the description and purchase them on our website. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. And if you want to support us further, become a YouTube member. Cheers. The Mutt DRK 01. This one's a 250, but it also works. Then we clip the seat back on. Yay! Right. It's on. Got a seat cover on it, makes it difficult. The side panel's been rubbing on the frame there. Anyway. Oh, why is it facing me? And then now this should pull out. They can be quite tough. Quite tough? Bloody hell. What the hell? There we go.
You've got to jiggle it a bit.
Make sure you lube your rubber up, don't go in dry. Okay, so we're going to fire the bike up and run it for final time just to make sure there's no oil leaks or anything like that. And it should sound a little bit different. Only joking, that was a KTM.